Um, I am a electric bass and five-string banjo player who really loves kind of putting what I know about those instruments, what I studied those instruments, into playing some electric guitar. I'm not an electric guitar player, and I'm not a jazz player, but I like studying both of those things. I think I'll be a forever student. What all I wanted to show here was what it's like to be able to put my knowledge of electric bass, EADG, along with my knowledge of five-string banjo, D, G, B, D. So basically I've got an out-of-tune guitar. I've dropped my high E string down a whole step. Otherwise, it's just like a guitar. I've got a five-string banjo tuning. The four strings of a five-string banjo is an open G chord, D, G, B, E, and the bottom four strings are just like a normal guitar or just like an electric bass. So I just kind of merged those two things together. But in terms of knowledge of how to play the instrument. But what I really wanted to show was how you can take a five-string banjo technique, playing with three fingers, and apply it to playing just anything on an electric guitar with this tuning. Of course, there are great players, finger stylists like, pick your favorite. I've got a Chet Atkins type guitar here, so obviously Chet Atkins, Jerry Reed, people like that who play sort of like this. But this I'm just showing you how you can take this technique and use it in place of a flat pick. The only reason I'm doing this is because I can't play with a flat pick. I tried forever and it just never worked for me, but I can play with my fingers. So I'm just gonna kind of mess around a little bit, show you, I'll play through some scale patterns and things like that and some chord patterns and play across the fingerboard and show you how I do it. A lot of guys would do this with a kind of keep an up-down feel with your thumb and your index finger, like a flat pick. I play with more roll patterns like you learn to play in banjo. So I'm playing more like a five-string banjo when it comes to playing. Etc. Uh, so there's that way of playing the instrument. However, I like to play standards and things like that. So now I'm going to go back to some kind of more single string, five-string banjo technique, but on a six-string guitar. Just show you how I play through things like scales. What I'm doing here is I'm rolling forward, then backward. It just tends to fall well for me that way. So if I'm playing straight up and down passages, of course I'm playing kind of a triplet-y feel there. So, and obviously I'm sticking together scale scale shapes that I know on the bottom four strings and the top four strings and kind of just merging them. But patterns like sometimes you want to use rolls that are like which is thumb, index, middle, index. See how I change up the pattern? And again, I almost always roll a backwards kind of a feel, ba 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 ba, when I'm descending, and a forward feel, da 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 da, when I'm ascending. It just, the notes fall in place that way. Patterns like so you can kind of cook along and be pretty pretty accurate in your noting. Arpeggiated type things like I'm gonna go unplay. Shoot. We'll do that one again. Again, I'm using the same types of techniques. At this point, it's like you would say, well, so what? I can do that with a flat pick. True. And there's some, I mean, I'm so jealous of guys who can use flat picks that well. This is for guys who tend to use their fingers better than a flat pick. Some of you are incredibly blessed and you can do both just as easily. I'm slower and older than most people, so it's like for me to be able to do this, I'm very happy about it. Let me play through that type of sequence again so you can see that I'm playing really kind of almost almost like banjo rolls. This is the way I play single string on a banjo. Etc. So again, and it's got a nice flow to it, and the notes tend to be fairly even when I play well. The other thing is chordally and comping for jazz type tunes, or I tend to use 3 notes of very strong notes within the chords that I'm playing. And I use shapes on the bottom 4 strings and then on the top 5 strings and try to connect those. And it just tends to work out very nicely using fingers. Besides, there are so many guys who can play, wide strums, can play a cross string by brushing the pick up and down across things. You can play like that by brushing back and forth across the strings. I'm actually picking almost every note, doing little slides and stuff like that, and pull-offs every once in a while. But playing smaller groups of notes gives you a more tight and controlled sound on the instrument, at least for me. I'm targeting groups of notes that I like. And playing in this way helps you to be able to just kind of play a very controlled finger style type thing, but with the ability to play quick lines across strings. It's really goofy for some people to play with like these fingers way down here on your lower strings. The banjo players in general like to keep you know, a finger per string type of shape. And that's fine, but sometimes you want to you want to play closer. You want to play those, and sometimes it requires playing 3 or 4 notes on the same string, you know, in sequence. So playing this way, if you work on it, can actually sound pretty clean that way. The what else did I want to show you? I guess just how playing through tunes, whether it be Misty, to be able to play through those things and have control with your fingers is kind of a neat thing. It's just totally different feeling. I like it. I don't see a lot of guys play like that, so I like to share that. Shoot, I'm losing it here. And so it's fun to be able to take. Like I said, I was a 5-string banjo player and a bass player first, but be able to take those things that I studied on another instrument and play a completely altogether different instrument with different styles and different sounds. Okay, long enough. I've bored you. I am expecting that virtually nobody will make it to the end of this video, because the niche, or what we're talking about here, is such a small group of people who would ever consider doing this. But for those of you who watched to the end, I appreciate it.